Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So today I want to talk about Be Amazed video regarding the um, Pixar videos and movies. Now there's conspiracies going out there about this, and I wanted to kind of touch on this because um, was a very interesting topic, and it really got me thinking. So, I want to cover first off Inside Out. What if an Inside Out was a prequel to Monsters Inc? What if those bacteria that was created were actually some type, were to actually affect the individual that it was in, the brain? There's something unique about them, right? And what if these monsters, these bacteria eventually grew into monsters, which became Monsters Inc? Now, there's a conspiracy with the Toy Story side about artificial intelligence. Now, I have a thesis on that too. What if artificial intelligence teamed up with these monsters because they revolted? Now, let me get into this because this is very interesting. The the um the toys, what if the toys are actually robots that were created by humans? Now there's a thesis of there that Andy had a toy, Woody, which was the father figure for him, right? Now this is an interesting concept because if they are artificial intelligence, what if humans created artificial intelligence to be subservient to humans like iRobot? And what if those robots eventually revolted? Now, um, the what if the most what if the robots revolted? Now, I was watching Wreck-It Ralph, and there was a scene where Calhoun was blasting the cyborg where after her husband got eaten, right? Well, what does the cyborg turn into? It turns into what it consumes. So what she was seeing is her husband dying, being killed, and then she having to re-kill him again. Maybe some type of weird, like, he suggested some type of weird hybrid or something like that, or something like upon those lines. Now, I state, what if that was part of the uprising? And what if these monsters weren't actually monsters? What if they were members of corporations and they were aligning with robots? These artificial beings, and these you have to think about it because Boo came back, right? She just disappeared for a couple of days and came back talking about a big hairy monster. What if that big hairy monster was not actually a monster? What if it was a person who kidnapped Boo? And developed. This person developed some type of some type of Stockholm syndrome, or actually suppressed. Now, I have a thesis of what if the parents signed a contract, and in that contract they had a clause where the family became property, and the child became property, not the parents, but the child became property, and so they took Boo as collateral property. And this toy, Wheezy, who is artificial intelligence, because you have to figure everything that seems to have personality in Toy Story seems to be alive. Now, what's really weird and disturbing is that there's a scene, right, where Sully is talking to the villain of the episode of the movie in Monsters Inc. And Randall's talking about him. He's in Monsters Inc. and he's telling him, well, humans. Sully tells him, well, humans strip monsters of the skin and use them as toilet seats. And if you go forward and look into the scene where they're in the bathroom, you'll see a toilet seat that kind of resembles and looks like him. I also found another kind of disturbing similar to that. Look up The Lion King. The Lion King says, Zazu, what are we going to do with him? He says, there's one in every family, two in mine. He says, what are we going to do with him? He said he would make a wonderful throw rug. Now, look at Hercules. What happened? Hercules, in the room, in the statue, when he has all the pictures before the women rush him, he has a line around his neck. Now, who is that? That's Scar. I believe that the reason why Boo could never find him, because there's also another thesis where Boo was going through these doors and she was trying to find him, right? She developed the Stockholm Syndrome, but she could never find him because they killed him, right? They killed this supposed monster and skinned him and used him as a toilet seat, right? I believe that set in Boo was going through these doors, and when I mean doors like trying to find somebody who could help them, and nobody would help her, prosecute him for what he's done. I believe that she also could have used some of these doors and gone and traveled back in time, because if there is some magical type of presence to these doors, right? Well, there is the witch. If you look right before she goes into her cabinet and disappears out of sight, same thing, which is connected to that. I believe that was a post-apocalyptic type planet that she was on, and she just aged and had a daughter. Now, I believe that she was never able to get to him because all the doors she went through, she would get them obviously closed because of the guy's connections within his industry. Now, I also believe those AIs teamed up with those monsters, and those AIs eventually ended up taking over the planet, and it caused a destruction of a planet. A huge war broke out, which caused humans to having to vacate the planet, and some of the humans becoming enslaved upon the planet to these individuals, which goes back to the thesis of the Cars theory, where there was a post-apocalyptic and the AIs took over the planet and the humans had to vacate. This is what I think some of the thesis of conspiracy in cartoons that is actually what it is the deeper meaning, that a corporation corporations along with individuals who because you have to remember those corporations were building robots. Now they were also, I believe, testing artificial intelligence like the bacteria on certain individuals too, like a Joseph Mengele. And what if it's a post-apocalyptic planet where corporations run a whole planet and has completely taken over, and those monsters are not actually monsters but corporate people and who have created robots who have actually taken over, but they're in control of those robots. Now that's an interesting thesis. I'd like to know what people think. I would like to see your comments. Comment, like, share. Tell me what you think. Thank you for watching, and hope to make another one of these videos very soon. I also again want to thank Be Amazed for his wonderful video on Pixar. Please put more of those out. Those are wonderful. Continue watching these videos. I also recommend Be Amazed. I also recommend a woman named Virgo Triad. She's very good too. She puts out information. Also be very wary of her as well. Be wary of everybody who tells you anything. Think for yourselves. Have a wonderful day and peace to you.